What's going on, guys? It's DeeO here with vurbmotogamers, and today we're going to be playing some Trials Evolution, which is more Moto than you might think. When you first start the game, you're going to go into single player, blah blah blah. You start on that driving test. We're just going to go straight into walk in the park so I can show you this. You're going to start on this Radler 125, and the main thing I really want to show you here is don't get discouraged. One thing I was going to mention, quick load times on this game, very nice. You can see the other gamers, my friends' gamer tags up there, and they all take off and just leave me in the dust. And when you first play the game, especially if you're getting it like after you see this commentary, if you think the game is cool, all your friends are going to be whooping your butt, and it's going to be really discouraging. And us Moto guys, stuff like that, we're going to be like, what the hell, why can't I double that? That makes way more sense. Well, this game you start off, as I already said, on this 125, and just like in real life, the 450 just outperforms the 125 in every way possible, and your friends taking off like that, they're on 450s or one of the better bikes. So I just want to say right off the bat, if you're going to get this game and play, don't get discouraged when you first get in on a 125 and get absolutely murdered by your friends. One bummer about this game is you can go in the garage, you can look at your bike, I'll show you that right now, but you can't do any performance upgrades. You can't get an exhaust system, you can't get better suspension or anything. Your 125 is always going to be a crappy 125. It's never going to be able to compete with anything better. And so it does have customization, but I would like the game to have more customization. But that's just me. If you're like me and you're just too competitive and those names piss you off because you can't compete with them, go into your settings and go to default ghost and turn it to none. It's not going to take effect right away if you start the game, so exit your current race, not the whole game, just the current race, then restart the race just like I'm doing here, and then you won't have to deal with those ghost names anymore, so you can ride the race in peace and go at your own pace and not get too upset when these guys just take off or they're doing something that you're not able to yet. I don't know about you guys, but when I saw Trials HD, yes, HD, I'm not talking about Evolution yet, I thought, this game doesn't really seem like something I'd enjoy. A side-scroller, and you just kind of jump onto things, and more of a platformer than a motocross game. And Trials Evolution I did buy, and yes, I'm not sponsored by the company, don't get confused or anything. I'm not getting paid to say this, I wish I were. But I thought the same thing, but I went out and bought it anyway, and this is just one of the tracks in the game, a really fun one, mind you, but I was worried that the tracks were all going to be like this, you know, just kind of crazy, out of this world, just goofy stuff, and the game was just going to be really hard, and I wasn't going to enjoy it very much. But I was definitely surprised as I got more into this game. One of the best features is it has a track editor. You saw me click on Light Editor. It also has a Pro Editor, and just different ways you can do it. And I'm not very good with it. You can probably tell by my movements, and yes, this is sped up. But you can just make tracks. You can ride them right away. You can share them with friends. And this just allows for unlimited possibilities. I show it just going in here, and like I said, it is sped up, but I just made a quick little straight line, and you can do whatever you can imagine in here. The track editor is amazing. This is a track I downloaded called Pro Loop. It's not a James Stewart replica or anything. I thought it might be, but it was in the Supercross category of the user-created tracks, and this is just a perfect example of what people can do with this game in the track editor. No, I didn't make this or anything, as I'm sure you already guessed, but some of these kids, they just have amazing skill, and these are all ready to download, and I have extremely slow internet, and these take honestly about 5 seconds to actually download and start to play. They're extremely quick. You're not going to have to worry about long download times or anything. It's amazing. So this is a pretty long track, so I want to get my main points out of the way with this while this footage is going. Pros and cons of the game. I'm going to start with the cons. First off, Xbox only. I'm sorry to PlayStation guys or PC only platform gamers, but it is Xbox only. I'm pretty sure Microsoft helped develop it, and also I'm sure this will never be going to any of the other consoles, and I know that's a huge bummer. That's the worst part about this game, is that it's Xbox only. I already talked about this some, but no bike upgrades. It'd be nice if you could mod out your 125, because one of the best things about like playing Reflex or Live is beating someone on a 450 with your 125 that you just have perfect and whatever, but that's not going to happen in this game, sadly. I've been having some trouble with the online level saving. Like, I raced a race, and you start off as a 1, of course, and I leveled up to a 4. I went back online, and I was back to a 1. So I played again, I leveled up to a 2, I exited out, I came back on, back to a 1. I'm not sure if anyone else is having these problems. I'm not turning off my game in the middle of a save or anything. I wait until the menu that says quit, I hit quit, then I exit out just fine and everything, and it won't save. So I'm not sure if everyone's having these problems or if I'm doing something wrong with it. Some of the camera's angles in this game are a little wonky, and I don't even mean on the user-created levels. Some of the levels that actually came with the game, the camera just kind of, I don't know, it just jolts really strange, or it's really far away, and some of the levels are just like really dusty and dark and strange color contrast and stuff. And I know it's supposed to be like that, but it's something that I personally don't like, so that's one of my cons to the game. Sometimes for me it's hard to find an online match. My NAT type is moderate, and I've been looking up ways to change it, and I can't find anything that, like a step-by-step. So if any of you guys are computer geniuses and you want to help me change my NAT type, I'll give you my information of the router and stuff. But sometimes I'll find a game within like 3 minutes, and sometimes I won't find a game sitting here for 15 minutes, which is rather frustrating. But I know that's on my end, or I'm pretty positive that's on my end, because there's if you guys didn't hear, Trials Evolution broke Xbox Live Arcade records by selling so many copies. Within the first 24 hours, it was like 170,000 or something ridiculous like that. So I know there's people playing. I just can't connect to them for whatever reason. Alright, so that included all my cons of the game. Now I'll shift over to the pros, the good things. The best part about this game, it's easy to learn but difficult to master. You can turn on this game right away and you can complete a level just fine. It's not going to be too hard for you. Anyone who has 2 thumbs, and if you don't have 2 thumbs then I just made you feel really bad, I'm sorry, but 2 thumbs and your index finger, you can play this game easy enough. You're going to be able to beat the levels, at least the lower ones, maybe not the extreme ones and the hard ones, but you can beat the levels. But then once you get comfortable with it, you're not going to be able to be a pro right away. It's a really difficult game to get your timing down and knowing the tracks and knowing when to lean and what to do with the bike. And the way I relate it, Alive was an easy game to learn, an easy game to master. MX Simulator, hard game to learn, hard game to master. This game has the perfect mix. The casual gamer can get right on, have a lot of fun with it, beat the track. A hardcore gamer can get back on and look at their friends' times and keep doing the track over and over and figuring out faster lines and just different ways to approach it. So it really has a lot of playback. You're not going to get bored with it because you're always trying to get to that next step, which isn't easy. So I think that's the best part about this game. The customization of this game is pretty goofy. You can customize your guy, like the helmet he wears and the shirt and pants. There's not a lot to customize, but what they do have, you can just make your guy look like a complete Joe, and it's pretty funny. But you can also change the color of completely everything, so you can have a different colored shirt or colored rims on your bike. The customization that you do have, although the overall isn't very much, but each individual thing you can do quite a bit, so that's very nice. The game, I kind of already mentioned this, it's really competitive though, comparing times with your friends. Like the Ghost I showed you to turn off, you can of course turn that back on and compete with your friends, or get an online lobby going and compete with them all night. It just brings out that competitive nature that us motocross riders have, so that's really nice. I already mentioned the track builder, that's amazing. This game is cheap. It's $15 US or 1,200 Microsoft points, again only on Xbox, but super cheap, not going to break the bank. The online of it is awesome. Besides the thing with it not saving, I hope that either gets fixed or maybe I'm doing it wrong and not being able to join games, but I think that's on my end like I already mentioned. But the online overall, the experience is really cool. It's like a championship when you do the race. You have 2 heats on one track, 2 heats on another track. It adds up all the points. You should be watching this on your screen right now. I'm commentating without anything on the screen, but I'll add something so you can see what I'm talking about. And Replica Supercross tracks. This is a track of Daytona from this year. Of course, not all muddy, so it's a good replica of it. But again, just what these kids can do with the track editor is amazing. Completely blows your mind. I'm really looking forward to seeing maybe some outdoors, maybe something like Loretta Lynn's. Like I mentioned before, it may be even Stewart's actual Pro Loop if they base it off of MX Simulator and Alive. But replica tracks are just amazing. And as you've seen throughout this, I sped up the one track editor, but the rest of the load times are actual times, and they're really fast. You don't have to wait a long time for a game to load, for the track to load, whatever. You reset and you start a game and you're right in the game. You're not sitting there for a long time. So for us gamers who want action-packed games where it's just like go, 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 and you're not sitting there with load times, this is great. Unless you play online, then you have to find a match. But single player, right away, the game loads up great. Those are my pros for it. I have one last con, and it's a pretty big con. The game is addicting. If you have anything to do this evening, don't buy the game. You're going to get on the game, you're going to play your first race, and you're going to say, okay, maybe just one more. And then after that, you're going to say, you know what, I'm only off of DeeO's time by 0.2 seconds. I know I can beat him. You're going to play again, you're going to beat me, then you're going to see Mr. Stickers, and you're going to have to beat him. Next thing you know, it's 2 in the morning, and your homework's still not done. So this game is addicting, and I have to recommend it for everyone. As I said, a cheap $15. I would have bought this game for $60, to be completely honest with you. So again, if you have an Xbox, definitely go get this game. Add me on Xbox Live. Let's all play together. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review here on vurbmotogamers. Until next time, guys, take it easy. If it's easy, take it twice. I'll talk to you later.
For daily motocross pro and am coverage, be sure to log on to vurbmoto.com, and if you like us, prove it.